Hello everyone, my name is Wang Qin. It's my honor to have this opportunity to present our work and share our experience about astronomy education and outreach at Fuzhong. The picture you see is a sunrise photograph taken from the campus, and the observatory locates the upper left. What a beautiful landscape, right? Here is the outline of my talk today. Firstly, Huazhong University of Science and Technology is among the top 10 universities in China under the direct supervision of the Ministry of Education. Fuzhong is a middle school attached to this outstanding university. The observatory was built in 2010 with a 40 centimeter telescope, a specialized classroom, and several small telescopes for outdoor practice. Secondly, I'm going to introduce myself. I got my bachelor degree in 2010 and PhD in 2016. In 2013, I was funded by the Chinese Scholarship Council to be a predoctoral fellow at Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics. I was involved in Worldwide Telescope Advanced program. After graduation, I have been a lecturer at Central China Normal University for 5 years. Until August 2021, I left the university and came to Fuzhong to be a physics teacher as well as an astronomy teacher. The school-based astronomy course I offered is an elective course in the quality development curriculum. It is held once a week from 4:45 to 5:25 p.m. The QDC is the outcome of the policy, which is guidelines for comprehensive practical activities in primary and secondary schools, issued by the Ministry of Education in 2017. The other policy, double reduction, is suggestions on further reducing the burden of students' homework and off-campus training in compulsory education, issued by the General Office of the State Council in 2021. It is also the guarantee for our students to expand their horizon and relax under the pressure of examinations. There are about 30 students in each class. The syllabus is about 24 theoretical courses and 8 experiments in one school year. In the design of each course, I try to focus more on interaction, which are also what students look forward to this curriculum. For example, indoor activities can be physical simulation, which enables students to learn to build models with foam balls, understand the relationship of volume and distance of the solar system, learn the principle of the moon phases and the eclipse. They can draw galaxies on balloons and compare the distance between galaxies in different volumes to understand the expansion of the universe. We also have science experiments in class. For example, we use convex lens and concave lens to illustrate how telescopes work, or we use prism to introduce electromagnetic waves. We also take students out to use sundials, assemble telescopes, calibrate the finder scope, take pictures with telescopes, observe the sun, measure distance with parallax, observe the moon and the planets at night, etc. Generally, I would use the self-study time from 8 to 10 p.m. to organize students to take turns to observe. At this time, my students have expanded from school-based courses to the whole school. The night observation is in the school, but it should be noticed that it must be reported to the leaders in advance. And there should be another teacher to maintain order, so as not to affect the students in classroom. I also use computer or cell phone to run software to interact with students. Students can explore the universe, simulate celestial phenomena, even create tools with worldwide telescope. Stellarium is another app I often use on my cell phone. Every time I show the sky map on the screen, students are surprised and wondered how it can be happened. Our school was rated as the first school which features astronomy in Hubei province in May 2021 with validity of 3 years, which also urges us to actively launch astronomy courses and carry out related astronomy activities. Now, I would like to give a brief introduction to the highlights last year. In July, we were invited by Hunan TV station to participate in the program recording of observation of China's space station. This activity is to contact the Department of Astronomy of HUST through the Hubei Astronomical Society. So, Fuzhong got this opportunity. It is so rare for students to go on camera, but for school, it's best chance to raise our profile of featuring astronomy. Inspired by this activity, Li Bing, a physics teacher of our school, used this video in explaining the space navigation in class. This course was selected into the excellent course of the Ministry of Education. Our school organized a meeting on astronomy education for primary and secondary school teachers in central China. In September, I participated in the design of a science fiction film in the Science and Technology Museum of Hubei Province as a scientific consultant. Based on my astronomy course, I won a key project of Wuhan education planning. In addition, I'm so proud to talk about the class presented by astronaut in Chinese space station Tiangong. I organize students to watch Tiangong classroom every time. The first time was in December. After live broadcast that day, another physics teacher and I reproduced the ground experiments in class, such as exploring angular momentum with a rotating chair and dumbbells, and explain the surface tension of water with paper flowers. The second one was held in March 2022. These two activities on a school level were reported by well-known local newspapers. In 2022, my students from ninth grade take part in the Hubei Astronomy Olympiad preliminary and final contest, and he won a second prize. At present, several teachers and I are working together to compile an astronomical experiment guidebook, just like the book Astronomy Labs for Kids by Michelle Nicholas. But this book focuses on hands-on experiments with clearly objects. Every step and the necessary background, especially relate Chinese culture, will be introduced in great detail. It is of great significance for teachers who don't have much astronomical knowledge background. Now, I'd like to give some advices for teachers, especially for Chinese teachers. Firstly, we are not only teach astronomy in school. We have main job, such as I'm a physics teacher. So doing your best to your main subjects, then explore your area to astronomy. This is the way how you survive. Secondly, try to take more part in astronomy society or group as you can, so you can get more information like context or lecture. It will offer you more chance and reduce your work. Thirdly, try to use your social resources to make people know what you have achieved and get help from your friends. This will keep you doing astronomy education and outreach. Finally, I also have to say some realities. Astronomy is not involved in entrance examination, whatever for high school or college in China. This means students won't take into account for these subjects. Teachers should have a clear picture that astronomy is just an elective course before college. But I wish it would be changed somehow in the future. Secondly, the QDC is not fixed, and the class hours cannot be guaranteed. If there is important examinations or big events, you won't have students in your class. This is also one of the results of what I said before. So don't expect too much, but give all your efforts for every class. Thirdly, you have to buy everything you need in astronomy class with your own money before you get projects with funding or you get reward with significant honor, which is so hard for a teacher in basic education system. But hang in there, you have patience, you have your duty more than money. And the world is changing. Who knows if there is a company or a professor to find collaboration with you? Thanks. That's all I want to share today. Bye bye.